Hello and welcome to the BFNL Football Show, proudly supported by McDonald's and Ballarat Toyota. And Nunny, another big weekend of action last weekend, mate. Darley, big win over you boys.
Getting tight at the top, mate. It's very interesting. The top six, there are no easy wins anymore. It's going to be a very interesting final series going forward.
We'll go through the results now very quickly. Darley 12-18-90 defeated Ballarat 4-5-29. East Point 23-7-145 defeated Batter Smash 9-13-67. North City 2019-139 defeated Melton 8-5-53. And Redan, probably the match of the round this one, had a really good win over Sunbury. Redan 16-14-110 defeated Sunbury 8-9-57. And Melton South 16-15-111 defeated Sebastopol 12-9-81. So a big weekend of action. First of all, we'll start with your game, the game you played in Darley and Ballarat. Darley certainly had a really good victory, outshone you guys in all aspects of the game.
Yeah, well, they put together a four-quarter performance, mate, on the weekend, and Ballarat were the complete opposite. Didn't look like getting going from the first bounce. It was a very disappointing performance, but take nothing away from Darley. They were super on the day, and they controlled the play from start to finish.
They certainly give themselves every chance to make the finals now with that performance. And
they'll definitely play. They'll be in the sixes.
After their disappointing year last year, they're certainly pleased with the way the season's gone so far.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a gap opening up between 6th and 7th now. So I think, and I'm not convinced that Darley will finish in 6th either. I think they'll probably push for a high position.
I mean, they are two games clear of 7th, and also percentage as well. So you think they should make the finals. East Point proved far too strong for Batter Smash. Dan Jordan kicking 8 goals, continued his really good season so far.
Yeah, look, heading into the bye this weekend, it was a really important win for them. And with Ballarat playing Redan this week, they could jump to 3rd after this weekend if Ballarat don't come home with the 4 points. But look, at the end of the day, East Point playing some super footy. DJ in red hot form again, kicking 8 on the weekend, and I think he goes to equal top of the goal kicking ladder with Michael Power from Sebastopol.
And we all know how important that 3rd position is, just with the way the finals work. So certainly it's a big difference between finishing 3rd and 4th. Third, what's that? Big.
It's very dangerous this year because whoever finishes 6th is going to be a quality football side.
Exactly.
Right. Normally in the past, you think finishing 3rd playing 6th is going to be a bit of a cruise through the second semi-final.
Maybe not this year.
Not this year.
Look, North City continued their really good, last month of footy with their 4th win in a row over Melton. And they're building some momentum, and it's not surprising really because they were talked about at the start of the season to be a premiership favourite, and they sort of didn't have a great start to the season, but their last month has been really good. And I think they can finish top 3 now.
Yeah, absolutely. And we said it a few weeks ago. They were coming into a period of their season where they were going to string some wins together, and not only have they won, they've won convincingly, which is sending an ominous message to the rest of the competition. And I noticed that Big Matty Doyle is back in town now, so he'll probably slot straight back in centre back for them, strengthen up their defence, and look, going forward they're going to be a very tough side to beat.
They will be. Now Redan and Sunbury, probably the game of the year so far on Saturday. This game was played at the City Oval, and Redan were too strong in the end. What do you take out of this game, Nunny? Is it sort of alarming bells ringing for Sunbury? Do they need to pull their finger out and really playing some good footy?
Big game this weekend for them coming up against Darley, who are in super red hot form at the moment. But look, can't take too much out of this game. They had no Clark, no McCabe, no Medcraft. They had a couple of very high quality players out of their side, and look, they just didn't look like they were interested in winning this game on the weekend, basically. So it's normally the other way around. Redan has got the players out, and they go into this game. They sort of just cruise through this one, and then they build towards the end of the season. So for me, I think this is a good thing for Sunbury because there's always so much expectation on their shoulders heading into a final series because they go through a football season having not lost a game or only lost one game during the course of the season, and then all of a sudden that doubt creeps in. This year, they're not going to head into the final series as the red hot favourite with all that expectation on their shoulders. It's going to be Redan this year, so I think it's a good thing for them. They might be able to relax heading into the final series and finally bring one home.
That's a good point you're making. I wouldn't be certainly writing Sunbury off at all. And I know that Rick Hall would know that it's very important to play your best footy at the right time here. That's come September, so
that's right.
I would not be writing Sunbury off just yet. Melton South ran over Sebastopol in the last quarter to keep their finals hopes alive, Nunny.
Yes.
Look, faint finals hopes alive at best, I would have thought.
Yeah, I think they're out of it, personally, because they're still 2 games behind. And look, if Sunbury beat Darley this weekend and all of a sudden, and Melton South beat Lakewood Reed, and all of a sudden only 1 game out of the final 6. But I think there's still a bit of a gap between the performances put on the park between Sunbury, East Point, Ballarat, North City, these top players that are looking like they're going to finish in the top 6. in comparison to Melton South. So, they may be the unlucky ones who finish 7th this year and miss out, but they keep winning, they give themselves a chance.
Exactly. Now the big junior interleague games against Geelong took place last weekend, obviously for the Bob Davis Trophy, and under 15s had a really good win, Danny. But other than that, the boys sort of struggled a bit. Just reading through the results, under 12s, it's great to see the under 12s actually playing each other. Geelong didn't have an under 12 side, so to still give those under 12 kids an opportunity to play interleague footy, they played. Two sides played against each other. Ballarat Blue 8-8-56 defeated Ballarat Red 1-2-8. In the under 13s, Geelong 12-13-85 defeated Ballarat 2-3-15. In the under 14s, Geelong 13-13-91 defeated Ballarat 6-6-42. Under 15s, an outstanding win this one, 18-13-1-21. Really high scoring game for a junior game, Nunny. Defeated Geelong 9-7-61. And in the under 16s, Geelong 10-14-74 defeated Ballarat 3-5-23. So there certainly was some really good wins to Geelong, but I think the win to Ballarat in the under 15s, hopefully those guys can push through next year and play good under 16 footy, and if they can match it against Geelong at that age group, they certainly hold themselves
what
next year.
The viewers, I suppose, need to understand is that the Geelong Junior Football League is made up of Geelong Geelong Football League clubs, Ballarat Football League clubs, Geelong District League clubs. So they've got 3 times as many kids to pick from for those sides, because we've got our 10-team competition that we select from. So the under 15 side, they play a lot of V-Line Cup footy together. They train with each other for a lot of the year, so those kids really know each other quite well. And that's a great result in that age group. But clearly we've got a bit of work to do in the other age groups.
Yeah, for sure. Now, all the coaching positions are obviously available for next year, Nunny. All positions are open?
Yeah, absolutely. It's we do this every 2 years, so we make new appointments every 2 years, and we went through the process 2 years ago and had fantastic applications for the coaching positions. It's really rewarding positions to be involved with our junior interleague program, and we're really proud of how we run it. And look, if there's any junior coaches out there that might be interested in applying for them, keep your eye on the courier and on the website, because we'll be sending out the information on how you can apply for those jobs.
Yep, very good. Now the netballs are shaping up, Nunny, to be a really good final series once again. We've got probably Lake Wendouree the standout side so far this season. East Point of the stages have been pretty good as well. Redan and Melton. Melton have been probably a bit of a surprise packet this year, really.
Yeah, they've been the big improvers this season, there's no doubt about that.
And I wouldn't be writing up back a smash either, no, they're a pretty good side. So just touching on last weekend's result, Daly 44 defeated Ballarat 30, East Point 73 defeated Backer Smash 46, Melton 64 defeated North City 10, Redan 58 defeated Sunbury 16, and Melton South 55 defeated Sebastopol 31. So some good wins there, and obviously Lake Wendouree had the bye last weekend, so some good wins there to the better sides. And how do you see the netball so far this season, Danny? Do you think would you classify Lake Wendouree as a clear-cut favourite at this stage?
I think they are. I think they deserve to be as well. They've had that one loss against Darley, and they had a fair few players out that weekend, and they had a shocking day on the court. But look, apart from that, they haven't put a foot wrong. They haven't really put a foot wrong over the last 5 or 6 years, apart from last year's grand final, I suppose, where they were simply outplayed by Redan. So look, Redan have lost a couple of important players to their side, to their lineup. Their goal shooter, and obviously Cass Hobbs doing a knee as well. So big losses there, which catapults Lake Wendouree to our right favourite. East Point's still a very good side. I think it'll be out of probably those two. But look, Melton have been fantastic. The surprise packet of the year so far. Darley as well. Even though they're sitting in 6th, they're still a dangerous side.
And Ballarat slip outside the 6th with their loss to Darley as well.
Yeah, look, they would have been disappointed with that performance on the weekend. They were probably playing for their spot in this year's final series, and they weren't good enough to hold on.
Just with Backer Smash, they seem to be able to, I suppose, account for the lesser sides pretty well, but they just struggle against the better sides. Is this sort of getting the confidence to play against the better sides, you think?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's been a big criticism of the side over the last few years that they have no trouble with dispatching the teams that sit below them on the ladder. But when it comes to playing a side that is above them, they're just not competitive. So it's something that they need to work on, and I'm sure they're well aware of it. Yeah,
for sure. Now this weekend, Nunny, in the Ballarat Football Netball League, it's a Web-Wise round. And this round's Web-Wise round. This round's all about, I suppose, creating awareness of the impacts of what cyberbullying can have on people, especially online. I suppose it's important to know the impacts it can have as well. So hopefully this round can certainly emphasise the importance that people should, I suppose, place on this sort of stuff, and if it can be helping in some way, that'd be great.
Yeah, look, obviously we have our cyberbullying policies, which we enforce strictly within our league. We've already suspended a number of players due to breaches of this policy, but it's also to raise awareness of your digital footprint and what sort of impact that can have on your life. Things that you might post on Facebook.
Yeah.
If you're going for a job interview down the track, that might have an effect on you actually getting that job.
Yeah.
So just making people aware of what they're putting online, and just make sure that you know that it stays there forever and you can't just get rid of it.
Really,
so
exactly.
it's a very important message to put across this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. Now this weekend's games, Nunny. The first game, Ballarat v Redan. Last time these two clubs met was in round 1, 2012. Ballarat 16-11-107. Sorry, Redan 16-11-107 defeated Ballarat 15-14-104. And this game was a game we spoke about for a few rounds after, saying it could cost Ballarat in the long run.
Yeah.
Maybe desperate to turn the tables this weekend.
Absolutely.
But can they? Is it form like just after last weekend's loss to Darley? Just from an outside point of view, you can't see how they can turn the form around and beat Redan this week.
Yeah, well, we've got an uphill battle on our hands. There's no doubt about that. And the last time we played Redan, we held a 20-point lead going into the last quarter, and we lost that game. It was really 15 minutes of poor footy that ended up costing us and allowing them to kick 8 goals in the last quarter. So defence is going to be a key aspect of our game this weekend, and we're going to defend like hell, and hopefully we can come away with 4 points.
Very good. Now, Bacchus Marsh played Melton. These two sides meet in round 2 this year. Bacchus Marsh 12-6-78 defeated Melton 10-8-68. Do you think Bacchus Marsh can get the 4 points again?
Yeah, look, it was interesting, that game a couple of weeks back now. Obviously Melton again held a dominant position in that match, and Bacchus Marsh overran them. So I think Bacchus Marsh are probably the fitter side because they're a bit younger. But I think Melton is probably playing a little bit better football in the last couple of weeks, and I reckon they might just be too good in this one. Yeah,
for sure. Melton South v Lake Wendouree this week. Last time these two sides met, Melton South 13-11-90 defeated Lake Wendouree 11-14-80. So 10-point victory there, and
an inaccurate and fast finishing Lake Wendouree side too, from memory in that game.
Only a few weeks ago as well. So down there, I think Lakers will struggle. But with the week off they had last week, it might freshen a few of their younger players up, and
hopefully they get a few back too. So I reckon Lake Wendouree might upset them.
That'd be good to see. Sebastopol v North City. You can just see this game, I reckon, being a bit of a blowout. North City are playing some really good footy. Last time these two sides met, it was North City 17-17, 1-19 defeated Sebas 11-6-72. We should just touch on Michael Power just quickly too. He's equal leader of the goal kicking. To be equal leader of the goal kicking in a side that's been struggling, I think it's a really good effort. So well done to him.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, he can continue his form.
We've spoken about him, on a number of occasions over the last.
I think he deserves it because he's
look, he is a quality forward for them, and certainly a player they can build their side around.
Definitely.
If you remember this game back in round 1, Sebastopol actually led at half time, so I think they'll be competitive. But I think you're right. I think North Bay City will run away with it comfortably in the end.
And Sunbury and Darley, and look, just going on last weekend's results, Darley give themselves every chance here, I would have thought.
For sure, this is match of the round.
It is,
by far, I think. If anyone's out there and wants to get to a cracking game of football, this is going to be the one to go and see, because Sunbury, the few question marks that are hanging over their head at the moment. After a 10-goal loss to Redan, Darley are up and about and playing some really good football. You give them every chance heading to Clark Oval to play against Darley. My only concern is that Darley have got a lot of bigger bodies in their side, and the big ground at Clark Oval may expose them a little bit. But look, the way they're playing football at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised if they won.
These two sides met last back in round 4. It was Sunbury 14-13-97 defeated Darley 6-7-43. So Darley would be desperate to turn the table since then. I reckon Darley have improved since then as well. So I think they can certainly give themselves every opportunity to win the game. And none of the Macca's McDonald's goal of mark of the year. How the nominations coming along for that?
Yeah, look, we haven't had many. So if anyone's out there and they see a hanger or a spectacular goal, then by all means, please submit it. So we're a bit light on for nominations this year.
Has to be during the actual game. I saw a hanger at I think it might have been quarter time of the game a few weeks ago. I thought I wouldn't want to nominate it. It has to be during the game.
If it's on tape, mate, send it through.
And the BFL Live Scores app, obviously, get to the website, click on the iPhone and download the app to your home screen of your iPhone. So
going well at the moment, and just putting the live scores out there to people in the general public. I think the punters love it.
Definitely. Nani, thanks for joining us once again. Another great show and a big weekend, obviously ahead of netball and footy action. Yeah, looking forward to plenty of great football and netball over the weekend. Very good. Thanks very much for joining us on the BFL Footy Show once again, and hopefully we can have your company again next week. As always, this show is proudly supported by McDonald's and Ballarat Toyota. For now, goodbye.